Hi, good afternoon. I'm sitting here with Paul Reynolds. He is the Director of Worldwide Training for Ivanti, formerly Wavelink. The reason why we're sitting here today is because I wanted Paul to talk about the new approach that Ivanti has for velocity, or Zebra calls it All Touch TE. It was released a couple of years ago. We've actually come out with a new approach, a new version, and a new approach. I wonder if you could explain what that new approach is.
Sure. We've really wanted to make sure people really understood what velocity could do for you, and the approach is called the M.O.M approach. It's migrate, optimize, and then modernize.
Okay.
The going to Android is a step in itself, and we want to make it as easy as possible for the customers to move to that device. And so the migrate option allows them to go right in and run the application exactly how it was run on their older Windows CE devices. And the optimize then is, let's say we're going to add new keyboards, so we can make keyboards that work better and are more productive for the user. That way we can gain a little more productivity out of the application that we're using. Finally, we have the modernized approach. Modernize allows us to give it more of a web look and feel. So if there are customers that want to go to web-based applications, they don't have to. They can make their Android apps, green screen apps, look like a web-based application.
Okay, so Ivanti has M.O.M, migrate, optimize, modernize. Migrate basically allows the end user to take a new Android device, have it run the exact same TE, same green screen, same menu, same everything on an Android device, a newer device.
That is correct, and in fact it works. You can get that new device online exactly in the same time as you could as a Win CE device.
Okay, so then optimize, that's when you can basically, instead of using the pop-up keyboards, you can create custom keyboards that if their menu says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can have a numeric only menu, and then you can swipe and bring up another, have a numeric only keyboard and swipe and bring up another keyboard. So you can have multiple keyboards you can swipe through depending upon what is needed on that set of menus for that specific task.
That is correct. But you could also have menu keys that instead of having to swipe through 5 menus, you can say, I want to go to that menu directly. So if you're on the alpha menu, you could hit a button for a numeric keyboard and it will go right to that keyboard.
Okay, so that's migrate and optimize, and the last one is modernize. So basically that's that last step of taking the green screen and making it look like a web app type GUI.
And it becomes a touch screen. So people now are used to using their iPhones or Android phones. They're used to touch. So now in the menu, instead of having to bring up the keyboard, hit 1 and enter, you tap the picking, let's say it's a picking menu key, and it goes directly to that application. So what we've really done is taken the green screen and put a GUI interface onto that screen, and it's just easier for the user to use, and they become more productive because of it.
So just, I guess in final summary, what you've really done is you've taken what was basically one more complex step a year or so ago, and broke up into 3 smaller steps.
Yeah, companies are resistant to change. So what we've tried to do with the migrate option is make it so there is no change. They pick up that device, it looks exactly the same as it did on their CE device.
That's excellent. Thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.